Can you overbalance something? I guess we'll find out today. Let's just jump in and see. Now, on the page I got this tactic from, it's called Over SS Balanced 2. So there is a version 1. Basically, what they did is they changed Deep Lying Playmaker to a DM support, as you see here. But you know, I love these funky shapes, so I had to try it out. But it's also called the 4231 DM EQ. Now, why creators do this, I don't know. It's one thing on one page and it's another thing on the tactic itself. It kind of screws things up for me when I'm trying to do these tests. But overall, we are going to see what it does with our three teams of Liverpool and Aston Villa in the Premier League and our championship side of Ipswich Town. So with that said, let's just dive in and see how it worked. Well, unfortunately, Liverpool in third place. 87 points is not bad. It just Man City and Tottenham just got a little bit above them, but 104 goals. Although Tottenham, wow, with 106. Aston Villa, though, in seventh place, they get Europa League next season. However, 56 points is pretty abysmal, as is 64 goals. Taking a look at Liverpool's domestic cup schedule, you can see they win against Aston Villa 3-2 in the Carabao Cup fourth round, but lose out to West Ham 0-1 in the Carabao Cup quarterfinals. And then you get to the FA Cup semifinals, but get your ass handed to yourself 4-1 by Arsenal. Ouch. They also make it to the Europa League final, losing 1-0 to AC Milan. Overall, I would not say this is the greatest of seasons. Third place, it's about average, I guess. Runners up in the Europa League. I wish you could have done just one little bit more. Semifinals of the FA Cup, though. Quarterfinals of the Carabao Cup. It's not awful season, but I still would have expected more. Squad-wise, yeah, the green's just not there as usual. But goals, 36 for Salah. Jota with 31. That is impressive. Assists, 22 for Robertson, 21 for Salah. An average rating, Salah gets the 7.56. Switching it up to Aston Villa this time around, we already know they lose out in the Carabao Cup fourth round to Liverpool 2-3, but they get to the FA Cup quarterfinals against Newcastle and lose out there 0-3. But they come away from the season with a trophy in hand. The Europa Conference League final, they win in extra time 2-1 over Eintracht Frankfurt. So overall, not the greatest of seasons, no question about it. I mean, quarterfinals of the FA Cup, sure, but seventh place in the Premier League. You do win the Conference League, so you do have some ups, but you have some big downs too. Squad-wise, definitely not a lot of green, but 24 goals for Diaby is not bad, 23 for Morgan Rogers, assists, 17 for Digne. That's not too bad, but 7-17 for Morgan Rogers. Interesting. Data hub for Liverpool, through and through attacking and pretty nice on the defensive pieces, minus a couple things like tackling percentage. But overall general performance, 2.74 goals per game is pretty nice. 0.68 conceded, 0.76 XG against is also pretty nice. It's just Tottenham and Man City did better. Now, Aston Villa is a completely different story. They did not do a great job in attacking. They did better than some of the Premier League average, but overall not great. Defensively, they're about the same as usual. Only 1.68 goals per game, 1.24 conceded, 1.28 XG against. Definitely those two are about average. Premier League stats, 2.29 points per game for Liverpool. Aston Villa with 1.47. That is pretty low for them. Most goals, though, Liverpool in second with 104. Tottenham just crushing it with 106. Aston Villa in eighth, though, with 64. Fewer shots against, Liverpool in second with 237. Aston Villa with 332. Most possession, Liverpool making the list with a flat 50%. Most dribbles made, Liverpool with 683, Aston Villa with 652. And then most shots for Liverpool in first was 600. Wow. Aston Villa in fourth with 505. So it didn't seem to work all that well, at least as well as other tactics have worked for Liverpool and Aston Villa. But what about Ipswich Town? Well, they get first place by 10 points, 107 goals. Not the highest tallies we've ever seen, but still enough to be first. Domestic cups, though. Carabao Cup fourth round, they lose in penalties to Newcastle. And the FA Cup fifth round, 1-4 to Bournemouth. Of course, they had 2 players sent off, so that didn't help. So overall, definitely this is the championship for them. I mean, they didn't do badly in the FA Cup or the Carabao Cup. They got a couple more rounds in there than usual, but overall, that's where it is, the championship, of course. Squad-wise, yeah, the green's just not there as usual, but goals are for Hurst, 35. Wow, very well done. 24 assists for Leif Davis, and then average rating, Leif Davis gets the tops with 7.38. Championship stats, Ipswich in first with 2.37 points per game. Most goals in second with 107. Norwich getting the tops with 109. Few shots against, though, in first for them, 270. Most possession not there, but most dribbles made in seventh with 736. And most shots for in second with 718. Well, another funky shape we're looking at, we're going to dive into the tactic with a sweeper keeper in defend is where we start out. Wing backs on the left and the right in attack, ball playing defenders in the central spots in defend, two DMs in support, inside forward in support on both sides, a shadow striker in attack, and then an advanced forward in attack up front. Balanced mentality, in possession attacking with the standard, approach plays pass into space, overlap on the right, focus play down the left, passing directness is shorter, tempo is higher, low crosses and run at defense. In transition, counter press, counter it, distribute quickly, and roll it out. And then out of possession, a high press line of engagement, a much higher defensive line, trigger press much more often, prevent your goalkeeper distribution, get stuck in, and step up more. But now, how did it do overall for our three teams? Well, Ipswich Town having another field day with it. Very well done in the championship. 109 points, clear front runners over Leeds. Norwich got the playoffs, which is how they got 109 goals. But with no playoffs needed, 107 is good enough. But then we take a look at the Premier League, and that's a little bit different of a story. Liverpool, 87 points, is about average. Tottenham just crushing it somehow. But as I usually say, if you take control of this tactic on your own, play a full season. Again, this is just a holiday sim that I'm going through. I'm doing nothing. My coaches are doing everything for me. If you took control of the match shouts, the tactical changes, the training, the transfers, medical issues, things like that, you could definitely do a lot better of a job here. Definitely 87 points, could easily get to 91 and above. Aston Villa in 7th. That hurt with 56 points, though. But you get Europa League next season. You could jump up into these spots or more. But 73, there's only one goal differential there between Man United and Arsenal. So hopefully you can jump both of them, get into the top 4, and you're golden. But take a look, see how it works for you, and let us know how it worked for you in the comments below. But that's it for me, 7FM, for the Football Manager blog channel, saying thank you as always for watching. Take care and enjoy.